I am, but I can even imagine where you are, and never mind in gorgeous St. Lucia.
Lucia.
How do you pick from all the things there are to do? I feel like now, after I saw the webinar title, what we're going to learn is that we need to go for 2 weeks minimum to enjoy the beauty that there is to offer. Good morning, good afternoon, no matter where you're tuning in from. It's Sabrina with Spoiled Agent, and I'm here with my friend Natalia Green, who's running the show with Coconut Bay and Serenity. How are you today, Natalia?
Great, Sabrina. Good to be with you. Good to be with everyone today. Let's ask them to put in the chat where everyone's coming in from, because I really love to see that and
It's
know
a
who we're
lot.
talking to.
There we go. Elmhurst, Charlotte, Pennsylvania. It's going to be all the US of A, Colorado,
Love
Atlanta,
it.
Stewart, Florida. I'm not even
Love
sure where
it. All
Stewart
over the
is.
country. Well, I'm not
Missouri.
in St. Lucia today. I'm in Miami, but St. Lucia is my second home. And I am glad to see you all coming in from all over the place. That's awesome.
Oh my gosh, yes. And all great places with great connectivity to this
Mm-hmm.
beautiful destination. It's amazing because it's real
So
easy to get
again,
there
South
and so
Carolina. Hey,
beautiful.
San Diego. Hey, Sarasota. Hello, New York and New Jersey and Tennessee and Texas. That's awesome. I love it when we see agents coming in from all over the country to join us.
Yes, we can't thank you enough for being here, taking a quick time to be with us. We have a lovely presentation today. And not only that, Natalia might be going on vacation this week and she's feeling super generous. So as we started our chat, she's like, hey, let's do a prize. And so I said, well, sure, because she wants to spoil the agents. There are great partners in spoiling. Of course, they were in TA Day and all of it. So we're really excited. So thank you, Natalia. We're going to announce a $50 Amazon gift card, and that is going to be selected, of course, from someone who stays on all the way until the Q&A starts. Now, once the Q&A starts, if you got to run because you got that perfect Serenity guest, we forgive you, right, Natalia? And not to worry. And of
Absolutely.
course, as always, the session's recorded. Remember to use the chat for the oohs and the ahs. There's going to be lots today, and the Q&A box for the questions, because you are here with the pro. I mean, Natalia, how long have you been with Coconut Bay and Serenity now?
Oh, 14 years now I've been with
Okay.
the resort, but Serenity is newer than that. So, but we've been with Serenity since from the construction all the way through to the launch.
So nobody knows these properties like Natalia. So this is a great opportunity to ask questions, ask away, because
Absolutely.
that's how you differentiate yourself from anyone else. And that's why you're the best agents in the industry, all of you spoiled agents. So without further ado, I will let you get started, Natalia.
All right. Thanks, Sabrina. And hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, depending on what part of the country you are coming in from. So glad to see everyone from all over, including North Dakota, Delaware, Virginia, Maryland. Hey, guys. So glad to have you join us today. Give me just a second. Let me get my screen share and we will go right on. Sabrina, are we good in terms of the screen?
Perfect.
Okay, all right, let's get started. So today we are going to talk about the destination of St. Lucia. And many of you have clients that are looking for that next adventure given, Instagram worthy vacation getaway, home away from home. So first thing I want to talk about is our beautiful island of St. Lucia. And then right behind that, we'll talk about two gorgeous resorts that you can send your clients to on the destination of St. Lucia. Now, for those of you that are not familiar with the island, I will say it is one of the most gorgeous and stunning islands in the Caribbean. It is located just a short 3.5 hour flight from Miami, a 4.5 hour flight from JFK, or a 5 hour flight from Toronto. I see that a lot of you are coming in from the East Coast, the Midwest, and even the West Coast. So we will talk a little bit later about how you can get to St. Lucia in terms of the flight services. So today we're going to focus on the adventure-driven side of the island. Why St. Lucia is known as a romance island. A lot of you will send your honeymoon clients there and your destination wedding clients there. But today we're going to talk more about the adventure side of the island. So if you've got active clients, adrenaline junkie clients, clients who want that Instagram worthy photos and videos from their vacation to make their friends at home jealous, St. Lucia is great for that as well, with all of the many adventure activities there are to do and see. So once you've convinced your clients on the why St. Lucia, and we'll talk more about so much of the things to do and see on the island, then the next thing you want to think about is the where to stay while they're on our island. So we've got two gorgeous resorts on the island of St. Lucia: Coconut Bay, which is a 4-star all-inclusive, and Serenity, which is a 5-star luxury all-inclusive. And today I'm going to introduce you to both resorts, in addition to so many of the adventure activities on our island. Now, why St. Lucia? Why Coconut Bay? Why Serenity? You know, they say in real estate, it's all about location, location, location. And that is true as well when it comes to recommending your clients for where they want to stay. And our two resorts are in a prime location on the island of St. Lucia, just a short 5 minutes from the international airport. The airport code is UVF for the international airport, but we are also close to all of the island's top attractions. And you'll see here on this map that the major attractions in the south of the island, you know, are all in the south, and we are within a short drive of all of those areas. So for Coconut Bay, for those of you that are not familiar with our resort, it is divided into 2 wings. We are a premium all-inclusive resort, and our wings are the Harmony wing, which you see here on the left of your screen. That wing is adults only. And the Splash wing, which you see on the right of your screen, and that wing is our family-friendly wing. And we'll start with this. Are located on 85 acres and 1 mile of beach. So there is a lot for your clients to do and see to stay busy during their 1-week stay. Now, again, going back to the way Coconut Bay is divided, our Harmony wing is adults only. On that side of the resort, we have 2 adults only pools. We also have an adults only tiki bar. We have our sun loungers on that side of the resort. We have our sun tracker beds on that side of the resort. Our spa, our wedding gazebo is also on that side of the resort. Now, our Harmony wing has multiple room categories: garden view, ocean view, premium ocean view, and our concierge junior suites. When your clients stay in Harmony, you can request the bedding in king or queen beds. And then our concierge accommodations is all king beds. So if you've got clients that for a destination wedding, a honeymoon, an anniversary, a birthday celebration, the concierge junior suites are definitely what I would recommend. Switching gears to the other side of the resort, our Splash wing. Now, our Splash wing has the water park with the lazy river. The kids club is 50,000 square feet. Again, that is the family-friendly side of the resort. We have garden view, ocean view, premium ocean view, and we have our 2-bedroom connecting rooms. Those are available on request. So if you've got multi-gen family groups that are traveling together, the grandparents with the kids and the grandkids, I would recommend that you sell up to the 2-bedroom connecting rooms. Those are available if you book with us direct or if you book with any of the major tour operators on request. The other thing you will notice in our splash wing, the bedding configuration is family friendly as well. So you either have 2 queen beds, or you can see on the left of your screen, a king bed with twin trundle beds in the same room. So again, that's family friendly accommodations. Now, the beautiful thing about Coconut Bay, we are award-winning resort, but one of the ones that we are most proud of in the last 2 years, we've received the Good Housekeeping Best Family Travel Awards. This is not a voting award. We actually had to be inspected by the Good Housekeeping brand to receive this award. So it's quite an acknowledgement for our team and our resort. And you can absolutely rest assured that if you send family clients to Coconut Bay, that they will have an exceptional time with all the amenities we have on our on our splash wing, excuse me. So again, on Splash, we have the Kids Club. The Kids Club is 50,000 square feet. It has its own splash pad, which you see here on the left of your screen, a pirate ship. It has indoor air-conditioned play areas and outdoor areas as well. We have the lazy river on the splash side along with the water park. Our Kids Club does accept babies all the way to 12-year-olds. Now, you want to keep that in mind because a lot of resort kids clubs do not accept babies. In addition to that, again, you see the splash pad here. We have our resort mascots, Coco and Loco, that make weekly appearances. Something else that's unique to us is every child that registers in our Cocoland Kids Club gets what we call the Coco Pack. It's every item that you see here on your screen: a backpack, a t-shirt, a hat, a water bottle. They get our Scouts booklet, and they get their very own scrapbook that they can make during the course of their stay. We have sign-in, sign-out cell phones, local cell phones for parents so they can check on little Johnny and Susie while maybe mom goes off to get a spa treatment, or they go off to have a lunch on their own. We have 5 evening activities per week in the kids club, so mom and dad can have dinner on their own while the kids are off doing some fun kind of evening activity. And so some of the evening activities, they range from camp night, movie night on the lawn. There's a silent headphone party for the kids. Also, during the course of the week, we do family tie-dye. We have a weekly hayride. We also have our very own teen lounge that is open during summer and Christmas and spring break. So again, if you've got clients that have young kids, older kids, tweens, teens, we've got lots to keep them busy. Now, you want to keep in mind, if you do have family reunion groups, birthday groups, destination wedding groups, a group for us is 5 rooms, staying 5 nights or longer. They automatically get an extra 10% off the lowest available rates. And then we have exclusive incentives for the group leader. So that's something to keep in mind. We have a groups coordinator that works with you right here in our reservations office, and we're happy to help you with that group with any questions that you have, whether you book through your preferred tour operator or if you book that group with us directly. Now, also on the Harmony side of the resort is our Sanctuary Spa. What adventure guest does not want to have a day just to chill out after they've been hiking, biking, snorkeling, ziplining? They want to take that downtime and have a wonderful, relaxing, healing organic therapy in our Sanctuary Spa, which is oceanfront. We have 6 indoor treatment rooms. We have 6 brand new oceanfront spa cabanas. Of course, we have unique therapies in our spa, and not just the massages, the wraps, the facials, excuse me, but we also have a chocolate scrub using cocoa from a cocoa plantation right in St. Lucia. We have an aloe wrap from our very own aloe garden that's right behind the spa. We have a calabash massage that uses the calabash from the national tree of St. Lucia. So we do have unique organic therapies. And if you've got clients that are going to, spend some time with all of the adrenaline adventure activities, then you want to ensure that you recommend that they take some downtime in the spa. I mentioned we do have 6 brand new oceanfront spa cabanas. These just launched this past winter. We're so excited about these because as you can imagine, you can get your afternoon or your evening massage or your scrub and have the sounds of the ocean right there. So it is a beautiful experience for your clients. Now at Coconut Bay, we say premium all-inclusive because of our extensive list of amenities that we have available on our 85 acres and 1 mile of beach. We do have 8 restaurants and 7 bars. We have indoor and outdoor air-conditioned and non-air-conditioned dining venues. This is Calabash, our Caribbean fusion restaurant. We also have the Jerk Treehouse, which is come as you are outdoor. Your clients can get their jerk pork and their jerk chicken. We have Coconut Walk, which is our main restaurant. You can see here on the right of your screen, that's open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner daily. We do not call that a buffet. We call that our Coconut Walk Marketplace because of the live action cooking stations we have for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So your clients can have made to order omelets, made to order French toast, made to order eggs Benedict in the mornings. In the afternoon, they can have made to order sandwiches. They can have made to order paninis. In the evenings, they can have made to order flatbreads, made to order stir fry, made to order pasta. So it is live action cooking stations. What's super popular in Coconut Walk with the kids especially is they can have Sunday ice cream sundaes, they can have cotton candy. So lots for your clients again to see and do and enjoy. Now the beverage part of all inclusive, we've got 7 bars that are situated throughout the resort. Excuse me, our swim up pool bar you see here on the left of your screen. Our Peter John's Sugarcane Caribbean Rum Bar you see here on the right of your screen. That is the largest selection of rums on the island and one of the largest in the Caribbean. And because in St. Lucia, we do make our own rums, Chairman's Reserve, if you're not familiar with it. Put that up close here so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Hopefully you were able to see that. Because we do make our own rums in St. Lucia, we do rum tasting as a weekly activity on resort. And I'm going to talk to you shortly about a time of year when you can send your clients to visit us where rum tasting is a nightly activity. Of course, with 7 bars situated throughout the resort, your clients can drink the rums to their heart content as often as they would like. Now, for those of you that are not familiar with Coconut Bay, we do close every September, both resorts for renovations. September is low season, and that is our time to refresh, renew, paint, add facilities, add amenities. So you just want to keep in mind that the resorts are closed this year in September and next year as well for renovations. We will reopen on October 12th. But our resort improvements are not limited to just the month of September. You see here on your screen, this past winter, not only did we launch our 6 brand new oceanfront spa cabanas, but we also launched new decor and new furniture in our Peter John's Lounge. Continuing with our premium all-inclusive, we do have nightly entertainment and themed dinners on resort. 2 of our themed dinners are done out on the pool deck, and they're super fun. And your clients will enjoy entertainment that looks like that. So that's on our Saturday nights, which is our Caribbean Carnival. That's the time on Saturday nights. That's when we have the fire breathers, the stilt walkers, the steel drum band. Caribbean Carnival on resort on Saturday nights is a super fun time for everyone to enjoy. Now, I mentioned earlier about the rums and the fact that we close every September. When we reopen for this year will be the 4th year now that we do a Rum and Rhythms Festival. If you've got clients that are looking to travel in the fall, this is an excellent time to send them down and visit Coconut Bay or Serenity and St. Lucia, because we do our Rum and Rhythms Festival from October 19th to November 2nd. As I mentioned, this is when this time on resort, when we reopen after the renovations, we do rum tasting as a nightly activity. We've got all of the rum vendors there, but then we also have exceptional entertainment and bands during the Rum and Rhythms Festival. So getting back to our 85 acres and our premium all-inclusive amenities, you want to know that we've got, as I mentioned, lots of activities and amenities to keep your clients busy all week long. Tennis courts, basketball courts, pickleball courts. We just did a pickleball tournament on resort last week. It went really well. We had clients from all over who loved the pickleball tournament. Beach and pool volleyball, yoga, aqua fitness, family tie-dye, snorkeling, kayaking, and stand-up paddleboarding are all included. And you can see here, we've got the courts. If you've got a pickleball group or a tennis group or just a fitness group that want to come down and take advantage of all of our amenities, winter's a really great time to send those groups down. We also have the island's only resort kite surfing facility on resort at Coconut Bay. We don't get winter in St. Lucia, but we do get wind. And during your traditional winter months, that is our kite surfing season. So we have great unique selling features for the resort. Coconut Bay is really great for multi-gen family groups, birthday groups, anniversary groups, destination wedding groups. I don't have our wedding information in this presentation today because we're more adventure focused, but it is great for that. The kids club is excellent. Again, 5 pools, a water park, 1 mile of beach. We also have turtle watching, kite surfing, and we are an 85-acre coconut plantation, so we serve coconut water daily. So switching gears from Coconut Bay, at the beginning of our presentation, I mentioned we have 2 resorts. Our other resort is Serenity. Serenity is a luxury suite boutique resort which shares the 85 acres with Coconut Bay. So again, both resorts are only a short 5 minutes from the international airport. We have been featured in the TripAdvisor Best of the Best for 4 years in a row, putting us in the top 1% of all of the traveler rated resorts on TripAdvisor, but we are also the #1 traveler rated resort of all of the resorts in St. Lucia on TripAdvisor. And this gives you a taste of what that Serenity luxury experience looks like. So that is just a short video of what the Serenity experience looks like. I mentioned it is 36 suites. It is a luxury boutique resort. They are all plunge pool butler suites. Every suite has its own private plunge pool with butler services. All suites have king beds. Serenity is adults only. It's also couples only. The suites are stunning spaces. They range from 1,200 to 1,900 square feet of indoor and outdoor space. They all have huge bathrooms with soaking tubs built for 2 and glass enclosed showers. They all have his and her closets or his and her wardrobes, 55-inch flat screen TVs. The butler service really does make the Serenity experience because the butler will customize the guest experience during this stay. Serenity is a lot of honeymooners, anniversary couples, birthday couples, couples getting engaged. It is a very romantic luxury boutique resort. And Serenity guests also have the option of a stay at 1, play at 2 experience. And what I mean by that is Serenity guests can dine inside the Great House, which you see on the right of your screen, outside the Great House, which you see on the left of your screen. They can dine in a pool cabana, they can dine in a beach cabana, they can dine in the comfort of their very own suite, or they can dine at any of the 8 restaurants at Coconut Bay. The plunge pools, as you can see here, are by no means small. And the beautiful thing about Serenity is while the guests of Serenity have to walk 150 steps to the spa, they really don't have to walk. Their butler will shuttle them in a golf cart. But for Serenity, the spa will come to them. So they can have in-suite spa therapies, which is lovely, as you can imagine, for your honeymoon clients, for your anniversary clients. Serenity also has its very own beautiful oceanfront beach cabanas. These are private, they're exclusive to Serenity guests. They are reserved by the butler. Better than that, when you send your clients, whether it's your honeymoon clients, your anniversary clients, your birthday clients to Serenity, you want to encourage that they stay for 7 nights. Why? When they stay for 7 nights and you book with us directly, they get what's called the Grand Romance Package, which is $1,200 in added value. This is by far the best luxury value in the Caribbean. You want to encourage your honeymoon and anniversary, your romance clients to stay for that 7 nights and get the Grand Romance Package, because it includes an in-suite couples massage, a private island tour, a catamaran sunset cruise, their private beach cabana time, and more. It's an exceptional value, all with a 7-night stay. Now, this slide gives you an idea of how our 2 resorts are laid out. This one is a more visual graphic of it. When you come in the short ride from the airport, you go to the left to Serenity, which you see over here. You go to the right to Coconut Bay. Serenity Suites are not oceanfront, but it's just 150 steps to the beach. That being said, our Serenity guests do not walk to the beach. Their butler picks them up in a golf cart and escorts them to their very own oceanfront beach cabanas. It is an exceptional stay. Now, getting back to the reason for our webinar today, focused more on the adventure. Again, St. Lucia is a stunning island with lots of incredible adventure options. And this gives you even more of an idea of what your clients can see during your 1-week stay. Let us see a set of day or is it different? So again, lots to do and see: snorkeling, hiking, biking, zip lining, ATV tours, Jeep safari tours, fishing, whale watching, so much to do to keep your clients busy during the course of a 1-week stay. And with our 2 resorts, we love our travel advisor partners, we love our travel agent partners, and we have commissions and incentives that are just for you. At Serenity, if you book with us direct, you get 15% commission. Plus, when you register your bookings at Serenity Resort Rewards from the US, you get up to $150 bonus on top of that 15% commission. Of course, if you book with your preferred tour operator, no problem. You won't get the commission, but you will get the bonus. And at Serenity, your clients will save up to 65% depending on the time of year that they book. And remember, you want to send them for that 7-night stay for the Grand Romance Package. At Coconut Bay, if you book with us directly, we've got multiple tiers of commission. 10% commission on wedding packages, 13% commission on direct groups, direct bookings, 15% commission on direct groups. If you book with us directly, if you book with your preferred tour operator, no problem. You will get up to $112 reward per 7-night booking when you register your bookings. So again, regardless of if you book with us direct or if you book with your preferred tour operator, we have commission and incentives for you. We love our travel advisor partners, and we have someone in-house, inside sales. Her name's Faith Spencer, and she will be happy to take your booking and help you with the registering of that program. Now, with St. Lucia, again, adventure destination, romance destination, you want to be mindful of the fact that the flights into St. Lucia vary by season. So I see a lot of you coming in today. Some of you are from the East Coast. Some of you are from the Midwest. Some of you from the West Coast. The flights into St. Lucia varies by season. We have the most flights coming into the island during the traditional winter months. We have the least flights coming into the island during the summer and fall months. So you just want to check the flight schedules. We've got flights on American, JetBlue, Delta. United flies in the winter from Chicago and Newark. And if we have a couple of you coming in from the Toronto area today, we do have WestJet, Air Canada, and Sunwing. So just be mindful of that. We'll be happy to help you navigate. American Airlines does have extra flights coming into St. Lucia this summer and this coming winter, which we are very excited about. If you were sending your clients from the West Coast, the red eyes do connect either through Charlotte or through Miami. The East Coast, it's Miami, JFK, Charlotte, Philadelphia, and Atlanta is where the flights are coming in from. And of course, Delta has lots of excellent connections through Atlanta as well. Our North American reservations office, the contact information is here. Our inside sales is Faith Spencer. Her email is sales@cbayna.com. All of our videos that you saw today are available on our YouTube channel. We do have fact sheets for Coconut Bay and Serenity that we will be glad to email you on request. So just let us know how we can help you close that booking and close that sale, and we will be glad to support you on that. Again, we have our travel agent incentives and commissions. We appreciate our travel agent partners, and we thank you so much for taking the time to join us today to learn about the adventurous side of St. Lucia. St. Lucia, again, is a gorgeous island. There is so much to do beyond the beach, and our 2 resorts are situated on 85 acres and 1 mile of beach, and we've got lots to keep them busy all year round. I do want to let you know that when you're booking the Splash Wing, you want to book that early. The Splash Wing does tend to sell out for summer, Christmas, and Easter. And when it comes to Serenity, you want to book that early as well. However, we do have availability in Serenity this August. So if you've got honeymoon or anniversary or romance clients that are looking for a last-minute luxury getaway, we do have availability in Serenity this August. And Sabrina, I'll turn it back over to you so we can get to the Q&A.
That sounds just fantastic for me. I can see the questions are flying in. If you are in Facebook land, other than adding your email only for Facebook, please do put your question if you have one. So thanks for an amazing presentation. First off, how long does it take to get to your resort from UVF? Do you recommend the boat transfer versus a vehicle?
So we are not in the north of the island. So from UVF, our 2 resorts are a short 5-minute airport transfer. And what that means for your clients is they don't lose their arrival day or their departure day in that long airport transfer to the north. It's a 5-minute transfer. Sometimes it's 2.5 minutes if you don't get stuck at the stop sign.
Oh my goodness. Oh goodness. I love it. Okay. Someone is asking for videos. Would the best place be your YouTube channel?
Absolutely. All of
Okay.
the videos that I shared today are available on our YouTube channel, and you are welcome to share those with your clients.
And what is the name of your YouTube channel?
I will go back to this particular slide.
Oh, perfect. You know what? Coconut Bay Beach Resort and Spa, maybe? You know, I just want to make sure I have the right one. There we go. There we
That
go.
has all of our social handles.
Perfect. Serenity at Coco Bay. Okay, perfect. Okay, and Coconut Bay Resort. Okay, perfect. Sounds great. Next one. Okay. This whole resort is all inclusive, or just if you purchase the premium all inclusive?
Both resorts are all inclusive.
Okay. Is there transportation included to and from the resort?
Airport transfers are included for both resorts.
Wow, fantastic. And it's so close, like it couldn't get any
And
better.
it's close. And Serenity guests do not check in, they arrive. And what that means is because of our location to the airport, the butler greets them on arrival, escorts them to their very own suite, and their vacation starts right away.
Wow, I can't wait. Okay, sounds amazing. What exactly is Peter John's Lounge is the next question.
Peter John's Lounge is our Sugarcane Caribbean rum bar. It is one of the bars located on resort, but it is our biggest bar on resort, and it also has the largest selection of Caribbean rums on the island. And that is why we do rum tasting as a weekly activity, because we've got lots and lots of Caribbean rums to choose from, including St. Lucian rum. But in October, when we reopen after our closure, we do our Rum and Rhythms Festival, where rum tasting is a nightly activity, not just a weekly activity.
Whoa, okay. So many things. I wouldn't know how do I'm gonna have to come all year long. Okay. Except when, of course, you're upgrading and updating, which I think that's so phenomenal that you do that. Okay. When choosing to book directly with a resort for a client, what is the best way to do this? I did not see an option for travel agent bookings on the website. And then there's another question with it.
So that is an excellent question, and I'm so glad you asked because right now there isn't a travel agent option on the website, but as of July 1, which is next week, there will be. So we are super excited. Right now, travel agents do have to book by phone with our reservations office, our North American reservations office, but as of next week, both resorts are going to have a travel agent booking portal live on our website, and you will simply click on the Book Now tab, whether it's on the Coconut Bay website or the Serenity website, and then you're going to see in the bottom of the screen travel agents log in here, and that's where you will go to. So we're super excited about that. Took us some time to get the technology stuff squared away, but we're all ready to go live with that as of July 1. So thank you for asking that question.
Well, that is very exciting indeed. Yes, great question. And then the next part of that question is, when paying commission, do you send this directly to our host agency for those of us working with one?
Yes, and again, once we launch the travel agent booking portal, all future commissions for our travel agent partners are going to be done through Onyx. So for those of you who've been around for a long time, I'm sure you're familiar with Onyx and that payment tool, and you will know that that goes through wire transfer.
Okay, perfect. All righty. And if you're on the adult only side, will you be able to visit the splash side to eat and enjoy the activities and entertainment?
Yes, that's a
Great.
great question. So adults that are staying in Harmony are absolutely welcome to enjoy the water park and the lazy river and all of that. In fact, there is many a day that I see more adults floating around the lazy river and going down the water slide than I see kids. And the thing with the adults, Sabrina, is they're generally floating around the lazy river with a sippy cup with a little something inside of it. The
See?
difference is that children who are staying in Splash cannot go over to Harmony, but they don't want to go anyway because it's too quiet, it's too serene. But adults that are staying in Harmony are absolutely welcome to enjoy all of the splash amenities. Great question.
Yes, indeed. And do you have to make reservations ahead of time before going to the resort?
For
For any of the restaurants or things like that?
restaurant reservations, spa reservations, tour reservations are all done on arrival on resort.
Perfect. Okay. And so you just covered, are the resorts interchangeable? Can guests use both? We just answered that one.
Yes, for Harmony and
Um,
Splash. However, let me do
okay.
a clarification. Serenity guests can enjoy all of Coconut Bay amenities, but it does not go vice versa. So Coconut Bay guests cannot just wander over to Serenity, but Serenity guests can enjoy all of Coconut Bay amenities. That being said, guests who are staying at Coconut Bay, whether they're staying in Harmony or they're staying in Splash, yes, they're interchangeable.
Okay. Fantastic. You guys have so many great questions, so I'm trying not to duplicate. Talking again about the bookings, is there an option to book the flight, or will there be on July 1st that they can have, of course, because they've got the transfers already included, the hotel stay, could they book also the flight?
Yes, we do have the option already right now on our website that you can book air and hotel.
Okay, fantastic. And then to add to that, is the commission only on the room? And of
Commission is
course, the
only
stay,
on the land portion. It is not
land
on the
portion.
air portion. Correct.
Okay, totally makes sense. Okay, so we answered that one. Can we talk a little bit about the winter months? Somebody says, what is the winter? What are the winter months? And then
So
somebody
your
else has a
traditional
question
winter
about it.
months, depending on what part of the country you are in, or December, Christmas to Easter, December to April.
Yes, okay,
So December
perfect.
to April, Christmas to Easter is our high season. That window of time of December to April is also when we find the most flights coming into the island.
Okay, and then if winter is very windy, would you see rough water? Would a different time of year be more ideal to visit for calmer waters?
So that's a great question as well. So our resorts are on the Atlantic side. We are on the windward side of the island, but the beach is never at a place where you can't swim. So we get a surf, we don't get waves. We get a surf, so it's not flat calm, but it's swimmable 365 days of the year.
Okay, so that answers as well. What would be the best time to visit from the destination or your properties?
Yeah, I mean, so St. Lucia is a beautiful island and it is a great time to visit 365 days a year. We don't have seasons like some of our friends that are from the Northeast or the Northwest or from Canada. Our seasons are warm and hot.
Yes, makes sense. Okay, now we're going to get into activities and entertainment. So, are there a
Sure.
lot of activities and entertainment day and night at Serenity?
So Serenity does have its own entertainment schedule. It does not have the extensive list of activities that Coconut Bay does, but Serenity guests can use all of the Coconut Bay facilities, but Serenity does have its own entertainment schedule. Now, that being said, because Serenity is adults only and couples only, Serenity's entertainment schedule is very different. So they have, for instance, a sushi making class, a paint and punch class. They have tacos and tequila. They have a scrub making class. So it's very couples centric and very elegant and enjoyable kind of romantic entertainment.
Okay, and so because there was quite a few questions exactly about that and nightly entertainment. What's on
Yes.
offer at Serenity for
Yes,
nightly
absolutely.
entertainment?
Serenity has its own entertainment schedule, and for Serenity, the entertainment is done around the pool deck, which is the main kind of public area. So
Okay,
Serenity even has its own rum and food fete on a weekly basis. That's with tapas and rum tasting, where again we teach our guests about the rums of the Caribbean, including St. Lucian rum, as well.
fantastic. How
These
many
are all great
people?
questions, Sabrina. I love
I'm
it.
telling you, well, they're the smartest in the business. What can I say? How many people are on the Sunset Cruise? Does it sail with just one couple? Is there a space limit?
No. So the Sunset Cruise is a weekly sunset cruise, and it will sail with as many guests as choose to go. I mean, it does have the catamaran does have a maximum capacity. Normally, I would say there are usually anywhere between 10 and 30 guests on the sunset cruises. It's not like 100 people because the catamarans are more of the medium size. But usually I would say about a third to a half, or sometimes even more than a half of the Serenity guests are usually going out on that weekly sunset cruise.
Wow, okay. So I'm going to ask some questions about the suites at this time. Someone in Facebook land, hey everyone there, is asking, do you have honeymoon suites?
Well, I would say the Serenity suites are the honeymoon suites.
Perfect. Okay, and next, I was told that the Harmony rooms are under renovation. Can you expand on that, please?
Yes, thank you. I didn't put that in the presentation. So Coconut Bay is already underway in overhauling all of our 250 rooms. It is a 2-year project to be completed the end of 2025, but we've started on the Harmony wing. Now, I know a lot of you are going to say, yeah, but when I send my clients, I want them to stay in the new suites. Well, right now we only have 10 new suites and we are working our way through. And in September, when we close, we will be getting a lot more done. And then next September, when we close, we'll get a lot more done. So we are in process of renovating all 250 rooms, but again, it is a 2-year project that we expect to be completed in the end of 2025. Now, in our Harmony wing, the best room category in Harmony is our junior suites. So if you've got honeymoon clients that are on a budget and they can't quite afford Serenity, which Serenity is definitely for honeymooners, then I would absolutely recommend our Harmony Concierge Junior Suites. Those are 4-poster king beds. They have the best views from the resort because they're on the 4th floor, and you do get concierge services with those.
Okay, fantastic. And I think I failed to mention that, of course, if you had to run because we were starting the Q&A, you've already qualified for the prize, but that's okay. Going back, can you go back to that beautiful package that you were just on for 1 second?
The Grand Romance package.
Yes. Okay. So does the 7-day stay inclusion only apply to a certain type of booking or on all room categories?
So Serenity has three room categories. So it's plunge pool, butler suite, premium plunge pool butler suite, and grand plunge pool butler suites. The difference in the room categories is the physical size of the suites, but the grand romance package is included in all 3 Serenity room categories as long as your clients are staying for 7 nights and you book with us directly.
Okay, perfect. And then you mentioned it is couples only for Serenity. So can a solo adult not stay there?
I don't recommend it, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
It's very couples driven. Now, the Serenity age is 21 and up. It is couples only, it is adults only. We have had the occasional single stay there, but in general, I would say if you've got a single, you might want to recommend that they stay at Coconut Bay instead on the Harmony side, because Serenity is very couples driven.
Okay. Makes sense. I had somebody asking about the paperwork and requirements, so I'm just sharing the link to the St. Lucia Tourism Board to help with those details. I'm putting that in the chat now for everyone. So that is, the requirements and things that you need,
What
paperwork.
kind
Go
of
ahead.
paperwork and requirements are we talking about?
They're asking, what do you need? Passports, visas,
You
anything like that.
absolutely need
So,
a passport to go to St. Lucia. It
yep.
cannot expire within 6 months of travel. St. Lucia also has an arrival form online that should be completed prior to arrival. But yes, you can find all of those details at the St. Lucia Tourism Authority website.
I've just shared that right there for you in the chat. A great question, of course. And I think we've covered this, but I will share in any case. Are there adults only restaurants and bars?
We have, so at Coconut Bay, there is, I'm sorry, one adults only restaurant, which is our Veranda restaurant. And we have our adults only bar, which is located on the Harmony side of the resort. And we have 2 adults only pools as well.
Okay, perfect. Now, the next question is, do you have TA rates or do you do any fam trips ever to the resorts?
Yes. So what we do is we coordinate with St. Lucia Tourism Authority. They normally schedule their FAMs in the fall. And so you want to make sure you become a St. Lucia specialist so you can qualify for those FAMs. And we support the St. Lucia Tourism Authority and we co-host those FAMs with them. Yes, we do have agent rates. They are available in the low season and you can contact the sales email here. Also on our website, we have a form for agent stays as well that you can download and you can complete that form and send it to us.
Fantastic. I just love this program, the SLEX program. So here it goes. This is a St. Lucia expert program. So that's the acronym is SLEX. So here you go. The link is in the chat for you all. Are there certification trainings on your website for Coconut Bay and Serenity?
We have on our spoiled agent page, I believe we have the recording of the training, very similar to what we're doing right now, Sabrina. Yes.
Yes, absolutely. We have every webinar we've done. You can find them and listen to them. So I guess that can be, of course, for your information and further training. I'm just pulling up the page to get you that link. And here we go. I'll throw it in the chat. Looks like a great resort and property. Are there cities or markets that are nearby that guests can explore and shop?
So we are in the town of Viewfort, which is where the airport is. I wouldn't say Viewfort is really a shopping area, but the markets, the craft markets that you're kind of used to when you go to the Caribbean or on the north of the island, in the town of Castries. But what we do on the 2 nights a week where we have themed dinners on the pool deck, which is our Tuesday night and Saturday night, we bring the craft market to the resort. So we have all the vendors there on the Tuesday night and the Saturday night so that our clients have the opportunity to buy, their tchotchkes and their souvenirs to go home with. So we bring the craft market to the clients. But going back to the adventure side of the presentation, we've got all kinds of hikes that go directly from the resort. And then we've got the tours and excursions with our tour desk that your clients can book in the lobby once they arrive.
Okay, perfect. Will the TA rates be bookable on the new website after July 1st?
Actually, we have not plugged the TA rates in as a promo code, but that is a really great question, and I'm going to write that down as something I need to look into.
Yes, that's
Right
fantastic
now, the
because
TA rates are only
mm,
bookable when you call us here in the office. You've got a form you've got to complete, and then that's booked through us directly.
okay. So if I were to book somebody coming from one airport and another person coming from another airport sharing the same room, can we do that? So that they have two flights from two different destinations, but it's for one room.
That's a really good question, and I don't know
I
if I've
think
answered
reservations is
that
going to
before.
answer that better if you call that 877 number,
Yeah,
Bridget. That would
yeah,
probably be the
I'm not
best.
sure how that's done online. I don't know if it has to be done as two separate flight bookings, but then one room booking, maybe, I think.
Okay, no problem. No problem. Um, is there a rainy slash hurricane season?
There is, I mean, all of the Caribbean, all of Florida and the Caribbean are under the same hurricane season. So hurricane season is June through November.
Yeah.
The summer months tends to be what we consider our rainy season. But in St. Lucia, I don't want you to think of rainy season like what Seattle gets and what sometimes Toronto gets when it's like all day, everyday rain. I say we have liquid sunshine in the summer months because the showers blow in, they cool things down, and they blow out. It's a very rare occasion that we have all day rain. Usually it's a 5 or 10 minute shower and then it's done.
Wow, I love that. In terms of reservations, not sure if you have this info, can you put a deposit and then make payments? Is that how that would work?
Yes, absolutely. For both resorts. In fact, there is a payment plan policy. You can kind of buy now, pay later if you book online. And however, if you book with us directly here in the reservations office, we require a one-night deposit for both resorts. And then you can pay as you go, or final payment is due 45 days in advance of arrival.
Okay,
So some of
makes
our guests just do the deposit and then they do 45-day final payment. But some of our guests, as you mentioned, Sabrina, if they book, say, 6 months in advance, maybe every 4 weeks they call us and they say, can you please charge my credit card, X number of dollars. So it's up to you and up to your clients how they choose to do the final payment, but we require a one-night deposit to secure the booking, and our standard policy is that final payment is due 45 days in advance of arrival.
Okay, sounds great and flexible. Are any suites at Serenity oceanfront?
They are not oceanfront. However, we have our oceanfront beach cabanas. The Serenity Suites are a short 150 steps to the beach. However, as I mentioned earlier, Serenity guests do not walk to the beach. Their butler picks them up in a golf cart and shuttles them to their very own oceanfront beach cabanas, where they can have their private picnic and their mimosas or their piton beer or whatever snacks they'd like to have packed by their butler.
Nice. Do you have to book all your activities upon arrival for the guests, or can they just join into the activities that are taking place?
They can choose to be as active or non-active as they like on arrival. For Serenity guests, everything's kind of pretty much coordinated through the butler. For Coconut Bay guests, we provide all the arriving guests with a newsletter that we call the Breeze that tells them about all the activities that happen every day, from yoga first thing in the morning to aqua fitness in the afternoons to the piano bar in the evenings. So our Breeze newsletter has all of the details about the daily activities, and they can sign up with the entertainment team or they can just show up. It's totally up to the guests as to how they choose to participate.
Okay, and if they wanted to see, for example, a list of activities, I know on Spoiled Agent we have the kids club, which looks so fun. A lot of different
Um,
activities. Is that
You
something they
know
could
what? We
find
have not
somewhere?
put the Breeze newsletter on Spoiled Agent, but I can certainly put that on there so you see a sample of what the weekly activities look like. The activity schedule does change every month, but you can certainly share it with your clients and say it's just a sample. Uh,
Yeah.
each month our themes change. So, for example, June was health and wellness month. So we had all kinds of fitness activities, including the pickleball tournament in June. October, we'll have our Rum and Rhythms schedule, of course, over the holiday period, Christmas, New Year's. That's a super fun time to be at the hotel. Santa has various ways of arriving on resort, and we do fireworks on New Year's Eve. So depending on the month, there's all kinds of things happening. In the month of July, we do carnival on resort because it's carnival in St. Lucia. So there's all kinds of fun stuff going on.
Okay, and there, someone is asking, Linda, can kids do the outdoor activities? I'm sure there are designated activities for those kids, and we do have the Breeze Bulletin, just a heads up on our page right now. So we do have a resort update document. I don't know if that's the same thing or
No,
not.
that's just
Okay.
that was just a resort update. That's not the
Okay,
actual
no,
letter that
no
has the
problem.
activity.
Sorry,
Yeah.
because of the name, I thought maybe, but in any case, Linda, if you come to the spoiled agent page, you can see the whole kids club activities. So there you go. Because Linda's wondering, can they only be in the splash area or can they attend other outdoor activities, the kids?
It depends what it is. As long as it's not on the Harmony side, they can go to whatever they'd like.
Okay,
So
there you
the
go.
evening entertainment, there is evening entertainment on Harmony that is adults only, but the general entertainment, the general daily activities, if it's not on Harmony, the kids are welcome to attend. So for instance, sometimes we'll have bocce ball tournaments, we'll have pool volleyball, we'll have beach volleyball, we'll have pickleball, we'll have cricket. There's all kinds of stuff going on during the course of the week. As long as it's not on the Harmony side, the kids are welcome to attend and participate. We have Caribbean dance classes.
Love it. And you never know, the kids, if they want to do that, then they're going to have
Yeah,
such a great time. Okay.
When we do have a lot of kids in house, especially teens and tweens, which is when we open our teen room, we also will do like scavenger hunts when we've got a lot of the older kids in house. And so the entertainment really does decide on the activity schedule depending on the age and the population of the guests that we have in house. So during the summer months, during Christmas break, during spring break, we've got a lot of family focused activities. The rest of the year, it's half and half.
Perfect. Okay. Lisa says, thank you. Great information. I have a family of 7, all over the age of 21. What do you recommend?
Oh, so that's awesome. So, when you're dealing with older kids, but the parents are traveling with the older kids, then you want to recommend, we've got paintball, we've got kite surfing, but you want to recommend that they go off property and do some of the more adventure kind of driven activities. Like, since they're all over 21, they can do the ATV tour, they can do the zip lining tour, they can do the horseback riding tour, and it's super fun for family groups to do those. And there are 2 ziplining outfits in St. Lucia, and with multiple lines. And so they're really good options, especially if you've got a group that's traveling with older children.
Amazing. Okay, so there's
Also,
something for
the catamaran land and sea tour is a really great option for a big family group because it has snorkeling stops, but then it goes to the land stops that includes the mud bath, and the pitons and the sulfur springs. So that's really great as well for family groups.
excuse me, where could they find the costs of those extras, like those outside tours and things like that?
Oh, absolutely. So we have an excursions page on our website, and that's where you can find all the details about the tours that are available.
Oh, that's so fantastic. Okay, I'm looking for that and I'll share that with you all. So here's the website for Coconut Bay so that you can take a look at that. The question is, are the costs of those extras reasonable? What you think is reasonable, what I think, and everybody thinks might be different. So I think your best bet is to look at that pricing and see.
Absolutely.
How late do bars stay open at night?
It depends on the bar and where it's located, but all of our restaurant hours and our bar operating hours are again available in our Breeze. The Peter John's rum bar, which someone asked about earlier, is actually open the latest, and that stays open until 1 a.m.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's late enough for me. I'll be long in bed. Okay. But of course, There's lots of people that like to enjoy that. That's so fantastic that you have the options. Okay, so we are good with the questions. I'm looking and it looks like we've answered everything. We've got such great feedback from everyone. Thank you for that. And I couldn't thank you all enough for being here, taking the time and learning about these fabulous, fabulous properties.
Oh,
Do you have
Sabrina,
any?
look at
Oh, go
that.
ahead.
I love that Diane put in the takeaways from the meeting. That was very kind of you, Diane.
I saw that, and you know what? I actually, there is, I like it because actually, if you guys want to know, and it might be automatically generated, of course, but this is what it says: travel agents to promote Coconut Bay and Serenity. And Natalia's like, I couldn't have said it better myself,
I love
right?
it. I love it.
Clients looking for adventure vacations. I think it's fantastic. Yeah, actually, we're brainstorming how we can make more use of that because we do see it coming up, Natalia, and I do think it's quite fantastic. So yeah, yay, Diane. Thank you for that. And so many great comments, and we appreciate your time so much.
Lots
So
of
if you
great
have
questions
any,
and comments. Yep.
yeah, if you have any final notes, please share, Natalia, that you'd like to say
For
before
sure.
we
Thank you
sign
so
off.
much, everyone, for joining us today. I see you came in from all over the country, and I do love that. And of course, I've left our contact information up here on the screen. If you have any other questions, you're welcome to email us here at the sales@cbayna email or the reservations email, and we'll be happy to answer any questions for you about either of our two resorts.
Well, thank you so much. Thanks for taking the time to be here, and we hope to see you all very soon on another webinar. Take care.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great
Okay.
day. See you soon in our piece of paradise in St. Lucia.
Okay, bye for now. Thanks, Natalia.